lxdice, and today we are talking about boredom. Boredom in terms of The Sims 4. We've all gone through it. I'm actually currently going through that right now. However, I have come up with a few tips and tricks that I like to use to make my game a little bit more interesting, you know, add a little bit of spice, a little bit of oomph, and make the game a little bit more fun again. And the great news is there are no mods in this list. So to all my console players, you can also try everything on this list. So without further ado, let's just begin. First up, we've got something that I have talked about before, but it's just a game changer and it's such a simple thing to do. Add holidays. Add holidays to your calendar if you have seasons. And actually try and do the activities once the holiday comes around. The default holidays are like Winterfest and Harvest Fest and all the other fests. However, I've added some unique holidays to my game. I also play with like the 14-week calendar, which you can easily change in settings. Go to the game options, environment setting, and you can change the season length. The default is 7, I do 14, and there's also a 28 days option, which is wild. But using the 14 days option gives me more room for more holidays. So in summer, I've got Pride with some activities here. We've also got a whole week of summer holiday. Almost every Sunday, we've got family game night. So you can invite your family around and play some games with them. I've also added Halloween, which is one that most people add to their game. I've got Day of the Dead to remember those who have passed away. This holiday is great for generational like gameplay. So your Sims can remember the generations that came before them. We've got Harvest Fest, which is default. Around Winterfest time, I've got Winterfest Eve, which is kind of cool. It's realistic because we've got Christmas Eve. And then we've got Winterfest. And then after Winterfest, we have Boxing Day. And then you got New Year's Eve, which is a default holiday. And then we've got New Year's Day, the first day of spring, you know, to do some spring cleaning. Lots of people pick up exercising and want to get fit at the beginning of the year. So I thought that was quite realistic. I've also got Mother's Day and I've got Father's Day. So a day to appreciate your parents. And I also added Flower Day as like a substitute Easter. So these are just a few of the holidays that I have in my game. There are so many things you can do with the holiday system. I definitely encourage you guys to try it out and think of some unique ones that will fit with your gameplay. Linking to the holidays idea, something I love to do during the summer holidays is get my child Sims or teens to go to summer camp, which I'll show you how I do that. I'm gonna do it for my child sim, but you can also do this for teens. If you type in hashtag summer camp on the gallery, there are so many that come up. I've put one down in Granite Falls and we're gonna go and spend some time in summer camp. I think you can do this in base game as well. If you set the summer camp to a rental lot, then you should be able to do this in any world, but I wanted it to be like a vacation. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my adult sim. Since I'm doing this for my child sim, you need an adult. So I'm gonna get her to take a vacation with not the family. We're gonna choose our daughter and like some of her friends that we know, and then choose whatever world you put the campsite in. I put mine in Granite Falls, and remember to make it a rental lot before you do this. Now, the only bad thing about this is that you do have to pay. The money comes out of your Sim's pocket. I'm gonna go for like 4 days. Wow, that's a lot of money. You could just cheat this if you wanted, but we got the money, so let's just pay for it. The one that I put down is made by Roxy Sim. And yeah, this is a really cool build. All you have to do is assign the bed to each of the children so they know which bed is theirs. And it's fun because your child could go for summer vacation and make lots of arts and crafts to bring home so they remember that, you know, they made that at summer camp. In terms of food, there's a whole cafeteria here and we can just hire a vendor to operate the food station. It is 100 simoleons, so yeah, a lot of the stuff we have to pay out of our pocket, but I mean, it's worth it for a whole summer camp. If you do like a teen version, a lot of drama could happen. But for me, this is great for children because I find children in this game so boring. Like, I'm always so tempted to just skip their life stage. Even with Grown Together, children are still boring. So this is a good way for me to make them a little bit more interesting. And if I get bored at being at summer camp, I can always switch over to someone at home and leave my child here. If you really want to add some drama and some chaos into your game, then I suggest you try out a spin the wheel. I just found this one online. It has a bunch of different options and I'm just gonna spin it and see what we get. Oh my gosh, it was so close to kill your child. Okay, split someone from household and give them all your money. Whoa. It just adds some unpredictability to your game, which I always love. This is not for everyone, but I do recommend giving it a shot. Let me do it one more time and see what else is on this wheel, because there's a lot of stuff. It's very crowded. No. How did we spin that? But yeah, there's loads of spin the wheels. You can spin the wheel for like a world you should live in, a type of house you should live in, the kind of aesthetic your sim should have. Like there's so many. So yeah, I definitely recommend going online and having a look. I'll have a few linked in the description if you would like to go and check them out. Next, I have something that is a core element of the game, but not enough people utilize it, and that is the collection system. There are so many collectibles in the game, and if you're doing like a generational gameplay kind of thing, I think it could be kind of cool if you choose a collection and try and complete it within your sim's lifetime. To access all of them, go to your inventory and go to household collections, and they're all here. And there are some really cool ones that I've never even heard of, like holiday cracker plushies. I didn't even know these were a thing. All you have to do is like buy a holiday cracker from the computer and just keep cracking them until you get all of the plushies. I think that's really cute. There's a plushie for each sort of like holiday. And yeah, it's really cool. And there's so many. There's so many different collection types. I just got this off the gallery to show you like the collections laid out. We've got all of the plants and vegetables and flowers. There's so many. If you've got a sim that really likes gardening, maybe they should collect each type of plant. Maybe have a planter for each one. We've got void critters and we've got snow globes, Easter eggs. Look at all these dead fish just on the floor. If your sim's really into food and likes going to restaurants, maybe try all the experimental food. If you also have city living, then this would be a really cool collection for a sim who's a food critic. There are so many different collectibles in this game, and I feel like it gives your sim a sense of purpose. Next, we have another gameplay tip. And what I like to do, not everyone does, but what I like to do with my sims, I like to give them at least one challenging trait. So there's 3 trait slots in the game, which sucks. There definitely should be more, but I like to give my sims at least one like challenging trait just to give them a little bit more pizzazz. You know, some people enjoy making their sims perfect, like with really good traits, really positive traits, and that is perfectly fine. But if you want to try something new, try something different, I do recommend giving them a less conventional trait. For example, the mother, her name's Clara. She is an art lover, a bookworm, but she's also a snob, which I'm not saying a snob is like a negative trait or anything. It's just more difficult in terms of gameplay. And the dad is outgoing, cheerful, and non-committal. He's also got the player thing. I downloaded this family from the gallery, and he came with this player trait from an aspiration. So I thought non-committal suited him really well. So yeah, it's a simple thing, really simple thing to do, but it does add a lot. It gives your sims a little bit more of like a personality, which this actually leads to my next tip. Make your sim like the worst person possible, especially if you have a big household. Let's say you have a bunch of children in your household and you want to differentiate them a little bit. Make one of the children an evil child, the little brat of the family. In this family, it's the eldest son, Robin. He has all negative character values, which if you have parenthood, I definitely recommend trying to get their character values to either the positive side or the negative side. The negative side's actually really hard to get like full for all of them. He also isn't liked by anyone. He's pretty mean, but I actually really enjoy playing with sims like this. I enjoy playing with like sims who are super nice too, but sometimes you just need that one sim that you can just go on a rampage with. Next, I've got a tip that's a little bit similar to camping, which is let your sim go on vacation. Don't make your sim work all the time. Let them have some free time, and you can actually make a lot of drama happen. For example, even if you do have a family, maybe the parents want some time alone, so just them two go on vacation. If it's a honeymoon, maybe they get pregnant, or maybe someone ends up cheating. Maybe throughout the whole vacation, they just fight and have a massive falling out. It doesn't have to be just the couple. It could be a family vacation. It could be a girls trip, or it could be like a bros trip. There are a lot of possibilities. So yeah, I definitely recommend letting your Sims go on vacation and just get away from their day-to-day life just for a little bit. It's a nice change of pace. They could go on vacation to any world, so your options of destination are basically endless. Now, this next tip I actually want to start doing more often, and that is to give your Sim at least 3 hobbies. For me personally, a lot of the time when my Sim has a career, I make the skills that they gain similar to that career. So if my Sim is a painter, in their free time, they're going to do a lot of painting, and I don't really experiment with other things that they could enjoy. So I definitely recommend trying new skills that maybe you've never done before or you don't do often, letting your Sim try new things and use new objects that you don't normally use. For example, I've got my spellcaster Sim who enjoys candle making. And she made like all these candles. Isn't this cool? It makes her like cauldron room look really, really cool. Clara is actually in the education career, but in her spare time, she really likes to play the violin. I'm thinking maybe, wait, let me listen to this. So beautiful. Maybe we can start a violin class with Get Together, start a club and teach students the violin, because we're already a teacher, so we're just good at teaching. So yeah, I recommend trying like new skills that you don't usually do. Let your Sim experiment with what they like to do and don't like to do. Next, we've got one of my favorite things to do in this game. I've actually got to go into build mode for this, and that is to add lot challenges. 2 of my favorite lot challenges is the off the grid and the simple living lot challenge. These 2 make your game difficult, but a lot of fun. So now that we're off the grid, we're gonna have to make our own like power and water. We're gonna have to probably buy some wind turbines and stuff. Maybe we can even have a section in our garden for wind turbines and solar panels. Now this can sometimes start to get a little expensive, but I don't like having too much money in this game anyway, so I don't mind. I think it's fun, I think it's a cool challenge, and depending on your storyline, it can impact it quite a lot. And with simple living, I love the whole grocery store aspect of it. Basically, if you don't know what it is, I think it comes with cottage living. You have to have your own ingredients to make food. So you see, we can't make anything. So we're gonna have to go to the grocery store and buy some essentials. We have a lot of money, so I can literally just buy a bunch of everything. I really do love this feature, and I like to use it most of the time when I play the game. It definitely makes the game a lot more realistic for me. And then the grocery delivery person comes here, and we just have to accept the delivery, and then we get all our groceries. Next, I've got something that I just recently started doing more often, which is going all out for social events. For example, let's say it's Olivia's birthday. We are gonna throw her a massive birthday party. I never do this. I always just age them up with a cake real quick, but I've been really enjoying doing this lately. So we're gonna make a social event, and we're gonna make it her birthday. I'm not gonna make it gold because I'm not bothered. The birthday sim is going to be Olivia. We're gonna invite all her friends round. We can hire a caterer, sure. I'm gonna have it at our place right now, and I need to decorate. We're gonna decorate the place. I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of birthday stuff like balloons and gifts. Definitely gonna get gifts. Literally putting balloons absolutely everywhere. Gonna get ourselves a celebration cannon. Okay, the decking is decorated. It looks pretty good. Okay, mom's adding presents here, and then she's gonna add presents there. Dad, can you make the cake? I know I hired a caterer, but I feel like they're not gonna make a cake. So let's make a quick hamburger cake. I think Dad is done with the cake. We're gonna add some candles and put it outside. Look how cute this is. Stop. Like, it's just, I don't know, it makes the social event feel more impactful. Same with holidays. Properly celebrating and decorating for holidays definitely makes the holiday feel more impactful as well. Why don't you open your birthday presents? And mom, do you want to like start these confettis? You got a Yuki. I don't know what that means, but that's fun. And then you've got some more gifts as well. A lump of clay. She will treasure it. Isn't that great? Look, everyone's celebrating. This is so cute. Now that the first set of gifts have been opened, why don't you blow out the candles in front of everyone so everyone can see. Don't look over there at our little army of eco lifestyle stuff. Okay, she's blowing out the candles. Everyone's celebrating. It's just cute. It's just really, really cute. I'm just gonna give her something random. Okay, and now she's a teen. A lot older than all of her friends, but let's not look at the details. But yeah, if you don't already do this, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I actually really do enjoy decorating my Sims house for stuff. So it is a little bit of a pain to remember everything that you put up, but it's the sacrifice you've got to make. Next is something that I do all the time. I'm not exaggerating when I say I do it all the time. And that is to update your Sims looks often or semi-often. I'm so surprised how many people age up their sim from a young adult to an adult and don't change their outfits. Like, that blows my mind. I always have to. I have to change their look because your sim changes as they get older. So I always like to change my sim's outfits depending on what they are enjoying at that moment. You can also change their outfits if they have like gone through something really impactful in their life or have achieved something. For example, let's say that Robin here has just graduated university and he's finally found himself, found the kind of person he wants to become and the kind of style he wants to dress in. So maybe you change his entire look to what he identifies with the most. And honestly, he looks great. I'm loving the piercings and tattoos. You're looking fine as hell. But yeah, changing your Sims outfits and the hair, whatever, the makeup style, it does help with immersion in your storyline. Maybe they've run away from home. They're not going to be wearing fancy outfits now, are they? They're going to be wearing rags and ripped clothes. Or maybe they're having a personality shift. Like, there's so many different reasons for why you can update your Sims outfits. You don't even need a reason. You can just do it on a whim. And now it's time for my last tip, which is going to be a little controversial. It is to kill your Sim. Saying that out loud is nuts, but yeah, kill your Sim.
I'm calling the police.
Death is sad, but it is also great for storytelling. I think having a death in the family is great fun. It makes things interesting. Maybe the family becomes closer because of it. Or maybe the family absolutely drifts apart and everyone like stops talking to each other. I actually had a save where I had twins and one of the twins died and it impacted the family like crazy. I loved it. Like, yes, my sim died and it was sad, but it was great fun. So maybe I'm gonna get good old dad over here to come and do some stargaze. Well, there's no stars in the sky. Observe the sky, just do some cloud gazing with a telescope. And maybe a meteor comes out of nowhere and kills him. Just like that. Whoa, just like that, out of nowhere. That's gonna impact the family and it could be something good. It might bring everyone together a lot more, or everyone might become more distant. Mom's gonna be a single mother now and life's gonna get harder. Now, I'm not saying you have to kill your sim deliberately. I'm just saying don't shy away from it. But having a death in the family can sometimes be nice. Well, not nice. I don't want to say it's nice, but it can add a lot to your gameplay. So don't shy away from it. I probably shouldn't have ended this video on this tip because everyone's all sad, but that's all I have for this video. Do let me know down in the comments if you found it helpful or useful, if you're gonna use some of these tips in your game. If you have any tips of your own that helps you make the game more fun, do let me know in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.